John Lusky of Lusk Archery Adventures. Serious testing, successful hunting. I've got a really cool, new, innovative broadhead to test for you today. It's called the Hemorrhage. That's a cool name. And it's by Black Flag Archery. I'd never really heard of them before till a viewer turned me on to them, and I reached out to them and really was intrigued by this design. I mean, it's got a lot of things that I just love in a broadhead. I mean, it's super compact and has a big cut, and man, there's just a lot of innovations going on here. So I thought, man, I'd love to be able to test this broadhead, and that's what I'm going to be doing today in the 125 grain version. So for all the testing, I'm going to be using my protocol for 2024, and for a detailed description of that, please check out the video that I posted earlier this year called 2024 Broadhead Test Process, and it'll walk you through all the tests that I do, why I do them, how I quantify the results, and how the scoring system works, and so forth and so on. All right, and for the testing, I'm going to be using my Elite Era that I am just loving. I'm using that for most of the shooting. And for the accuracy testing, I'm using a crossbow, a Killer Instinct SWAT X1 crossbow that I'm also really loving. And I'm using a Bishop Archery arrows and a bolt for all of the shooting and testing as well. All right, let's zoom on in here, check out this Hemorrhage, and then put it to the test. Man, this is a really cool looking broadhead. I just love creativity when it comes to things like this. Man, it's just a nice little tight, powerful looking package, all right? So it's, first of all, the materials, it's all steel ferrule and steel blades. The cutting diameter of this is 1.25 inches for the main blade. And then for this bleeder, the cutting diameter is 1 inch. So really nice size cut to the blades like that, and a really nice stout chisel tip as well. Interesting design to the chisel tip. The blades are each 0.039 inches thick, so relatively thick blades as well, and they're double bevel sharpened on all sides. Now this is a fixed blade head. It looks like a mechanical head, but it's a fixed blade head. However, these blades do rotate forward, so they're a lot easier to pull out of a target than they would be otherwise. So I've shot it into a target, pulled it out, and man, it just comes out a lot easier. When they're like that, it's pretty hard to get broadheads out like that. So I'm really intrigued by this head. I'm curious to see how it flies, how it penetrates, and then how durable it is. And for resharpening, what I would use is I'd use the Stay Sharp Guide C kit. That does really good on curved blades, whether concave or convex blades like this. It would really make it a lot easier. Otherwise, it could be pretty difficult to sharpen there. Oh, and the overall length, I don't know if I mentioned that, but it's sub 1 inch. It's 0.95 inches long. So really short overall broadhead, really little surface area, but a lot of cut taking place at the same time. So eager to put this head to the test and see how it performs. The Hemorrhage got the 8 ring. It took 217 grams of force to cut through the wire, which is a 9.83 on a 10-point scale. Wow, it penetrated 9 3/4 inches, which gives it the maximum of 10 points on a 10-point scale, plus a bonus of 0.83 points. It took an additional 18 grams of force to cut through the wire, which is a 9.64 on a 10-point scale. It penetrated through 55 layers, which is actually really good considering it has such a wide cut and doesn't have a long, narrow tip. The head is in perfect condition after the 3 shots through the MDF. And here it is after the 2 shots through the steel plate. Structurally, it held together very well. The bleeder blade, because of its steep angle, got a bit of edge chatter there, as you can see. The main blade did actually really well through that. It bent back just slightly, but it's still got a good edge. And then the tip got a little bit nicked up. And then you can see the holes there as well. They're like the round hole with 4 slits, but 4 decent slits coming off of it. Here it is after all the durability testing. Man, this is one tough little broadhead right here. So it did perfectly well through the MDF, through the steel plate. The blades got a bit bent back more. Usually curved blades kind of curve back a little bit more on a hard impact like that. A little bit of edge chatter on the steel plate. I was surprised that these blades that are so almost horizontal held up so well. They really did. Just a slight little nick in the tips of those. And then the concrete, it just performed perfectly well. Really nice durability here. So what did you think of the Hemorrhage? Man, I tell you, there's a lot to love about this broadhead, right? I mean, it's durable, it's innovative, it's compact, it's got a big cut size. There's just a lot of upsides to this broadhead. So great job, Black Flag Archery. I look forward to seeing more stuff that you come out with in the days ahead. But you check out the score sheet and see how it performed in the areas that matter to you the most with your setup, with your hunting needs, and see if it might be a good fit for you. And stay tuned for the overall cumulative score, as well as the corresponding lust grade. And stay tuned for a list of all the different companies that I offer discount codes for, just to save you a few bucks. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to seeing you next time.